Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and others. Happy International Workers' Day. Yeah, I know it was yesterday, but the bank holiday's today, so happy International Workers' Day. Today I'm going to be doing something that I find myself doing more and more recently. I'm going to be having a go at liberals. Now, first things first, this is going to be a multi-part video, probably. Anyway, I'm going to be doing quite a few videos on this topic and related topics. So this is just going to cover part of what I want to talk about. With that said, onto the main body of the text. There's an attitude that seems to be very common among liberals today that conflict is a bad thing. You see this shit all the time. Liberals telling radicals that we're, too divisive or that we have an us and them mentality. No word of a lie, I've actually had a member of my university's LGBT Pride Society tell me that banning people from carrying UKIP banners at a Pride march was divisive. Yeah, seriously, thought it was alienating to people. It's as if liberals live in this warm, fuzzy version of reality where everyone can just get along and be friends. But reality isn't like that. This attitude that as soon as you designate someone your enemy, you're automatically in the wrong is both profoundly stupid and detrimental to creating a mass movement. And in this video, I'll be explaining why. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of liberals tend to view the world through the lens of the most simplistic individualism. There's this idea that all there are these individual people who are each completely unique and, they're not part of any overarching social group. They're just special individuals in their own right. So whenever radicals point out, for example, the class contradictions that naturally exist within capitalist society, we get shouted down by people who are going, no, you can't reduce it to just class. You can't reduce people to being members of a group. We're all individuals. Fact is, though, society is not made up of completely free individuals. Society is deeply divided along the lines of race, gender, class, and so on. And in order to abolish these divisions, we need to acknowledge them and combat them effectively. For this video, I'm going to be focusing on class. We do not live in a classless society. This world is a capitalist world, this society is a capitalist society, and capitalism, as explained in my previous video, is defined by private ownership of the means of production. Capitalist property norms create a situation where you have a small group of people who own the means of production, that is the capitalist class, and a much larger group of people who don't, that is the working class. Now, the workers have to sell their labour to the capitalists. They receive a portion, but by no means all, of the value they produce back in the form of wages. So we got those who own but do not produce versus those who produce but do not own. It's in the interests of the capitalist class to make as much profit as possible, and this entails reducing their expenses as much as possible, which involves paying workers the lowest wages that they possibly can. On the other hand, the workers also want to make as much money as possible, and they need to do that by getting the highest wages that we can. So obviously you can see how the class interests of these two groups contradict each other. You can't pay people very low wages while those people make very high wages. You can't satisfy everybody. And that contradiction will exist for as long as we have a society that is dominated by private property. A lot of capitalist apologists try and work their way around this by saying that you can have a marketplace of workers, you can have a competition between two equal groups where the workers compete for jobs, the bosses compete for workers, and they sort of manage to negotiate salaries like that. But that's not how it works. That's based on a false assumption, namely the assumption that workers and capitalists are equal groups with equal power. But the thing is, capitalists own the means of production, as as I've said a few times now. I don't mean to repeat myself, but it does bear repeating. They have an enormous amount of control over the economy that we just don't have. And that means that rather than an equal competition, a marketplace where everyone's free, everyone's got the same power, you have a hierarchy. You have a power structure that allows the domination of one group, the workers, by another group, the capitalists. It was as a result of this hierarchy between capitalists and workers that striking workers were massacred, sometimes along with their families, by private detectives, by soldiers, and by other thugs in the USA during the first decades of the 20th century. It is the capitalist class that is killing union organisers in South America, that is forcing pre-teen children into sweatshops in India. I could spend another 20 minutes listing various capitalist crimes and atrocities, but that would just be depressing. Instead, let me sum up my point for this video. Having an us and them mentality is a sign that you're living in the real world, because this is an us and them world. It's not nice, I don't like it, it's not something we should be happy about, but it's the truth. And we need to acknowledge it, because you can't solve a problem unless you first admit that there is a problem. With that said, I'm going to play a song for you. I'm afraid I'm a little bit ill at the moment, so my voice isn't the best, but fuck it, I'll do it anyway. This one was written by a songwriter called Evan Greer, and it's called Picket Line Song. Nearly forgot that. Well, my mother never taught me what was right or what was wrong. Never taught me to play guitar, never taught me to write songs. One thing that she taught me I'll remember for all time, and that's that you must never walk across a picket line. Oh, I would never walk across a picket line. Solidarity forever don't mean just sometimes. Long live the Union, cross my heart and hope to die if I should ever walk across a picket line. She took me to the factory where the workers were on strike. The company had called in scabs to break the union's might. Mom went to the front and she addressed those greedy swine. Said, I dare any of you men to walk across our picket line. I would never walk across a picket line. Solidarity forever don't mean just sometimes. Long live the Union, cross my heart and hope to die if I should ever walk across a picket line. Well, one of them came forward and he had something to say. No woman will stand between me and one day's pay. I don't care about the others, I'm taking what is mine. And with that he tried to walk across our union's picket line. Well, I would never walk across a picket line. Solidarity forever don't mean just sometimes. Long live the Union, cross my heart and hope to die if I should ever walk across a picket line. Well, Mom called him a dirty scab and gave him 2 pieces of her mind. She picked up and she threw every rock that she could find. And when he called the cops on her, she kicked their behinds and said, that's what you get when you walk across a union's picket line. Well, I would never walk across a picket line. Solidarity forever don't mean just sometimes. Long live the Union, cross my heart and hope to die if I should ever walk across a picket line. Well, I always will remember what my mother used to say. We're fighting for a better world, not just for better pay. And if we stick together, then we'll win this fight in time. So long as we don't walk across each other's picket lines. Well, I would never walk across a picket line. Solidarity forever don't mean just sometimes. Long live the Union, cross my heart and hope to die if I should ever walk across a picket line. If I should ever walk across a picket line. Thank you very much, and my next video should be out in a couple of weeks. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.